Some major things could be on the way for Nikki Bella. We'll also check out what's happening with Liv Morgan, Paul Heyman, and more. Starting things off with everything new for Paul Heyman and the Vision. Things definitely happened prematurely with the group losing its leader Seth Rollins, but that had to be done early due to that injury, so it is understandable. The group is now in a transition phase, trying to find its new foundation and moving forward strongly in the post-Seth Rollins era, and so far so good for the group. Paul Heyman and the Vision put a great team together for the War Games match, but still a lot of fans were favoring the babyface War Games team because of all the big names on that team, but as we saw, that Avengers babyface team was not enough for the cleverness and sneakiness of Paul Heyman and the Vision. Paul Heyman always had something up his sleeve that swings everything in the Vision's favor. This was the case with the fake injury behind Seth's cash-in, the removal of Seth, and now with the mystery man that joined the War Games match and basically won the match for Team Vision. Heyman always had a way out and always a scheme to get him and his clients out of tricky situations, and that's what we saw at War Games. A lot of fans were doubting Team Vision, but they actually did it. And now this is developing into a whole narrative around this mystery man. Adam Pearce and other officials feel like Paul Heyman is guilty and had a role to play with the mystery man's War Game appearance. So it looks like that's the story right now. We'll hopefully find out if Paul Heyman was really connected to the mystery man's plan, or if this man really did act on his own. They did not give us the reveal at Survivor Series itself, or the Raw after Survivor Series, but we're to assume that the big reveal there is on the way. And according to new reports, it was Paul Heyman behind the scenes who strongly pushed for Austin Theory to get added to the Vision. The alleged reason for Heyman pushing that, because he felt like joining the Vision could help make Austin Theory turn into a bigger star. Not only that, but the report claims that this move could also be done to protect Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed from taking pins as well. Whenever the Vision needs to lose a match, it would be Austin Theory taking the pin, just to further to protect Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed's images as being unstoppable forces. Even though this sounds like Austin Theory will be eating a lot of pins in future matchups and feuds for the Vision, it still does sound like Austin Theory could benefit a lot from being a member of the Vision, compared to what he's been doing in recent years. Being a part of a successful faction does help even the smaller characters in the group. The perfect recent example of this definitely has to be the Bloodline. You had Roman Reigns and the Usos as your main central characters there, but someone like Sami Zayn really broke out and turned into a massive star through a secondary role there in the group. And Sami had a similar role. He was unstoppable. He took a lot of pins through the Bloodline, but ultimately led towards one of the biggest babyface turns in recent memory. So if Austin Theory's role in the Vision could look even half of like that, it would still be a great role and position for him. The Vision has done an amazing job of elevating Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and fans feel confident that it would do the same for Austin Theory, regardless if he's taking all the pins. So behind the scenes, it looks like Paul Heyman was responsible for the Mystery Man narrative and Austin Theory's inclusion into the group. Now we'll just have to see if Paul Heyman's on-screen character will be responsible for Austin Theory linking up with the Vision as well. The Vision is definitely up to a lot right now. A big question coming out of War Games was if Logan Paul would stick around as a permanent member of the Vision, and that answer appears to be yes. Logan Paul walked out with the Vision following the conclusion of the War Games storyline, likely meaning that Logan Paul will be a regular member of the faction going forward. Add Austin Theory into the picture as well, and that's a pretty solid four-man squad. All young talent, and they all fit that image of what the Vision is supposed to be about. Then you also have Braun Breaker, who's now the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title, so that's another huge narrative for the Vision. One of their core members is competing for the world title, so will the other members help him? Does Paul Heyman have another trick up his sleeve for the world title match? It's definitely intriguing. And then you also have Brock Lesnar, who appears to be a friendly associate of the Vision. A lot of fans thought maybe Brock would turn on his team and go back to being a lone wolf after the match, but they won the match and Brock seems very pleased with all of them. So if they ever need another favor, it seems safe to assume that Brock would be there for them as well. So things are looking very up for the Vision right now. World title programs, new members coming in, and exciting stories. Hopefully things keep turning out great for them there. There's a lot of updates going on for Nikki Bella and her future. Nikki Bella recently turned heel and challenged Stephanie for the women's world title. Nikki was unsuccessful in that match, leading fans to wonder if that's it for Nikki. Was that the grand finale for her return run in WWE? Well, Nikki addressed that question almost instantly. In a post-Survivor Series clip, Nikki was seen backstage saying that this wasn't the last time everyone sees Nikki Bella in WWE. Nikki says she has a lot of business left to handle and confirmed she'll be seen again in the ring. When speaking of this current run in a recent interview, Nikki hinted that she doesn't really know how long this run could last for. She did confirm that it is her final run in WWE, but said it could be anything from 1 year to 2 years. She doesn't really know at the moment. So that means even if it is 1 year, Nikki should still be popping up every now and then until summer 2026. But if Nikki ends up going even longer with a run, maybe she sticks around to even summer 2027. Either way, there's still a lot of time left for Nikki to work with a lot of the younger talent on the roster and really create some magic there. One of the things that keeps constantly getting brought up and mentioned is a Bella Twins reunion. For Brie Bella to return and reunite with Nikki Bella sometime during this final run that Nikki's on. Brie said herself that there is some tension there due to her husband working closely with AEW, but fans still have a strong feeling that before Nikki Bella hangs up the boots for good, we'll surely see one more reunion for the Bella Twins inside the WWE ring. New reports also came out recently claiming that there's some early rumblings going on right now of Nikki Bella even potentially being used as a heel manager to be paired up with an upcoming star and elevate them. So despite the world title loss, the list of things for Nikki to potentially do in WWE is looking loaded. Liv Morgan's return has raised one big popular question, and that's the topic of how exactly will things go between Liv and Roxanne. There was a lot of tension there between Roxanne when she first joined the Judgment Day. It seemed very obvious that Finn only brought Roxanne in with the sole intention of causing havoc for Liv Morgan by having Roxanne take away Raquel and Dominic away from her. But the December 1st edition of Raw answered those concerns. Liv and Roxanne were on good terms, and we even saw in that closing moment that Liv did give Roxanne her blessing to be Raquel's tag team partner going forward. So what changed? What happened? Why is everything calm there all of a sudden? Well, the answer is coming from CJ Perry, who formerly used to be Lana in WWE. During a recent appearance on TMZ, CJ Perry actually revealed that she spoke with Liv Morgan about the entire situation with Roxanne and Dominic. And according to CJ, Liv said that she's not upset because nothing happened. Dominic never took Roxanne up on her advancements, and he never made any advancements himself. So Liv sees no issues with Dominic and Roxanne at the moment. Liv is still with Dominic, and she is now accepting Roxanne Perez as a member of the Judgment Day. So all is well there, of course, for the time being. We'll have to see if that will change down the line. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.